Hi, I'm Megan Price, Miss Lakeland 2020, coming to you today from the comfort of my home. With the current state of our nation and the coronavirus pandemic sweeping the world, the Miss Florida organization has come up with a way to continue sharing our hearts with you through social media. This initiative is called #Social Impacts while social distancing, and today I will be sharing my personal social impact initiative, organ donation. Be a lifesaver. It is my hope that through this video you understand the true importance of an organ donor, and if you have not already designated yourself as a donor, you learn the necessary steps to be able to do so. First, I ask that you take a couple seconds and just close your eyes. Don't focus on anything, only the darkness you see in front of you. Open your eyes up. Now imagine that that's what you've seen every single day for your entire life. You've never seen the sunshine, you don't know what your family members look like, and you've never had the ability to see the green grass grow in your front yard. But the power of an organ donor is incredible, and organ donors have the ability to change that by donating their corneas. My connection with organ donation began with a 12-year-old little boy whose name is Zach. He was my best friend in high school's younger brother, and unfortunately, after contracting a brain-eating amoeba and fighting an amazing fight, he passed away. I will never forget sitting in a room and hearing his parents say, "Even though Zach can't be here with us anymore, we want him to live on through someone else." At the time, I was only a sophomore in high school, and I wasn't sure what I would do with that information, but I knew that it impacted me, and I knew that it had resonated in my heart. When I began competing in the Miss Florida organization and realized that I had to have a social impact initiative, I knew immediately that I wanted to do something to honor my friend Zach, and organ donation was the perfect way to do that. I began partnering with organizations like Trans Life and the American Transplant Foundation to impact my community in a positive way and hopefully increase the number of donors in the National Transplant Registry. Currently, there are over 112,000 people, men, women, and children, awaiting life-saving organs in the U.S. Every 10 minutes, another name is added to that list, and unfortunately, on average, 20 people die a day while waiting for their life-saving organ. This is why it is crucial that we educate the communities around us on the importance of organ donation so that they understand that it's not just another check in the box. It's not just another question that rolls off the tongue. It is truly the difference between life and death in so many people. One of the number one questions that I get asked is, "Megan, what organs can I donate? How can I save up to 8 lives?" The answer is really simple. An organ donor can donate 8 of their organs. Those 8 organs are the heart, liver, intestines, pancreas, both of your lungs, and both of your kidneys. But it doesn't stop with just those 8 organs. When you designate yourself as an organ donor, you have the incredible ability to donate tissue as well. Tissue ranges from anything from a cornea to help restore sight to someone who has never seen before, to skin. And actually, skin is one of the most sought after tissues for donation because it helps with people who've maybe gone through a traumatic injury where they've had skin damage. You can actually graft that skin to someone else so that their skin is not so damaged and so painful to them anymore. So organ donation goes far beyond the organs that are just inside your body. Now we must understand that there are 2 main types of organ donation. On one hand, we have living donation, and on the other, we have after-death donation. Now, living donation occurs when someone who is alive donates to someone who is in need of an organ to help give them a second chance at life. A living donor can donate 1 kidney, 1 lung, or parts of the intestine, liver, and pancreas. This can help for people who have different types of diseases, maybe someone who's been on kidney dialysis and really needs another strong kidney to restore life to them, to help them have a better life, so that they don't have to wake up every morning wondering if it's going to be their last day because their kidney's going to fail on them. On the other hand, we have after-death donation, which occurs when someone who has designated themselves as a donor has passed away. This process is facilitated through a transplant organization, not through the hospital. In fact, one of the biggest things that I get asked is, "Megan, well, what if a doctor lets me die so that they can have my organs?" Guys, that does not happen. When doctors are certified, they take an oath to expend all life-saving measures on you before they even think about anybody else. Not to mention, doctors do not even have access to a list of who is on the National Transplant Registration. It all happens through a transplant facility. The doctor calls the transplant center and they send a professional in who then sits down with the family and speaks with the necessary people to make sure that the process goes smoothly. I always try to explain after-death donation as almost like falling in love again. Being an organ donor truly gives someone a second chance at life, but it's a very special process. There are lots of boxes that have to be checked, lots of things have to match up in order for this donation to work, in order for it to be able to happen. That is why it is crucial that we have double, even triple the number of people on the National Transplant Registry as we do on the National Transplant Waiting List. Because if I need an organ, I could go through 15 people who are on the registration list finding my perfect match. So it is incredibly crucial that we get as many people as we can onto that registration list. In fact, one of the most startling statistics says that only 3 in every 1,000 people pass away in a way where they're able to donate their organs. It is my hope that today you learned incredible tips that will help you make this important decision. I always like to make sure that you know that there's no pressure to designate yourself as an organ donor, but I do believe that understanding the facts, understanding the things and the lives that you can impact are important when it comes to organ donation. It's actually very interesting. 90% of adult Americans support organ donation, yet only 60% of them are registered. I hope that today, once you leave this site, you know how to register. You have all the tools at your fingertips to make that decision. Currently, the United States is suffering from a severe lack of blood. I would encourage you to find your local blood bank. There's places I know near me, One Blood, the big red blood bus that you see. Take a couple minutes, stop, sit down, and donate blood. That blood can change someone's life. With the number of surgeries going on right now, with the number of sick patients in our hospital, they need blood. They need healthy people's blood to replenish themselves. And in fact, organ donation surgeries are still happening. They are crucial and essential surgeries, and most of the time, organ donation patients often need blood. So I would encourage you, if you have a couple minutes, if you feel led to do so, that you would go to your local blood bank and give blood during this tough time. I would like to thank you for taking the time to let me share my passions with you today. I encourage you to follow me on social media. Reach out to me with any questions that you have about organ donation. I would love to start that conversation with you today. And remember that when you designate yourself as an organ donor, you are truly a lifesaver.